CEOs of all of the hospitals in the city of San Francisco. The ask was to provide convenient, free and low-cost testing and vaccination, and then follow-up care and treatment. And this was a great ask because 87% of the Asians in the city are insured. So these hospitals are almost building business for themselves and having people come to them to be tested, and if they're found to be chronically infected, they can provide assistance, and they're insured, so the hospitals will be paid for this service. And the hospitals responded, well, what about that percentage that's not insured? And the response from our steering committee was, deal with it. And so this is one of the strengths of SF Hep B Free, is that the partners really kick in to do what needs to be done. And so to kick off, we had a community dinner. 450 people attended this dinner in Chinatown. Community groups, nonprofit groups, elected officials. It was this huge dinner and party, and this really exciting and a high energy event to let everybody know about the campaign and get everybody involved. And so from that campaign, we approached more and more partners, and kind of one of our really fun partners I wanted to hit on are the San Francisco Giants. They've partnered with us for 2 years now, hosting an Asian Heritage Week. And they'll let our volunteers go into the ballpark for free, if anybody's local and would like to come next year. And we give out materials to people attending the ballpark. Fiona Ma did a PSA last year with Dave Roberts, who's a half-Japanese player, and this year with Travis Ishikawa, who's also an Asian player, that they play on the Jumbotron right behind them there. And they did the home pitch ceremony and just let everybody in the ballpark know, 50,000 people in one shot, about what we're trying to accomplish with this campaign. Policymakers are also a huge part, as Dr. So said, with our campaign. Here is Supervisor from the city of San Francisco, and hopefully you recognize this gentleman, Congressman Mike Honda, who's one of our great allies on the national scene. And so some of the things that we provide in San Francisco Hep B Free, it's very much an all-encompassing campaign. We try to just hit every aspect that we can. As Dr. Steph was saying, all the pieces of the puzzle, we're trying to hit all of those. So we provide screening and vaccination through academic centers, hospitals, nonprofits. So this is one the University of California at San Francisco put together. We have 7 all open at different times, different days, to try to make sure that they're as available to people as possible. We have community education. These are some pictures from a Mahjong night that we hosted in Chinatown. So people came, they played Mahjong, they learned about hepatitis B. We also host a speakers bureau where we take volunteers from the community to come learn about Hep B, learn about how to speak in public, and then we send them out to their community so that we have people from the Vietnamese community speaking to their Vietnamese community and that kind of thing. We also work on clinician outreach and education, speaking grand rounds, continuing medical education. We try to make sure that the patients are educated and can go talk to their doctors and encourage them to learn more and more about Hep B. We've also developed an honor roll, and this is something that we just launched at our 2nd annual gala. This is the name, a little fuzzy, but if every practitioner in the city of San Francisco can sign a pledge sheet saying that they pledge to routinely test every single one of their API patients for hepatitis B. And then our Be a Hero campaign. This is kind of really exciting. These are some of our volunteers in our Superman-esque t-shirts. You can see them all over the city. They really stand out at all of our events. We've had advertisements on top of taxi tops and BART stations, which is our train here in San Francisco. Billboards everywhere you can see Be a Hero. And as Dr. So already showed this picture, our Be a Hero mobile. And it was actually taken on the road for the first time for our San Mateo Hep B Free launch, which I'll talk about in a second. And our national attention on Halloween, actually. Speaker of the House Pelosi came and spoke with a lot of local and national representatives as well. So we have Fiona Ma, Supervisor Herman Chu, David Chu right here, no relation, is head of the Board of Supervisors in San Francisco. Of course, the Speaker of the House. And then the gentleman in the back is Dr. Garth Graham from the Office of Minority Health, who came out and said, SF Hep B Free campaign is an excellent demonstration of what Health and Human Services is trying to see happen across the country. And then Speaker Pelosi said, we must protect everyone from hepatitis B. So really exciting to have these folks behind us, knowing about the campaign and supporting it on a national level. And so San Mateo Hep B Free kicked off on November 4th. So what is that, 2 Wednesdays ago, I think? And so these are our leads in this. Fiona Ma, again, still represents San Mateo County, Dr. So, and then Dr. Dirk Bauman. Here's some trivia for you. Dr. So is actually Dr. Bauman's attending at Washington and St. Louis when Dr. Dirk was a medical student. So kind of fun. Here's our Be a Hero card. And so our goal is to replicate this campaign in other areas with high API populations where we can really make a difference in the prevalence in those communities. And we're looking not only at San Mateo, but all around the Bay and other high prevalence areas in the country. So thank you very much, and if you have any questions, I think we can field those later.
Just people watching.